Okay, we're back with part 4 of my mini-series to do with Shine On. And in this video I'm going to cover setting up Facebook ads. If you're new to it, it can be quite confusing at first, so hopefully I'm going to walk you through the steps and you'll get everything you need. So before I get into it, I want to have a quick word about what I call Facebook laziness. And I see this on the Facebook groups all the time, and it's just people who, it's like they can't be bothered to look anything up themselves at all on the internet. They'll have a simple, easy question and they will just post on a group, and it's like they're waiting for someone else to answer their question. And it can be anything out of this list here. How do I make a Facebook page? What does PVATC per mean? How do I get started? How do I scale ads? All of these things and a lot more, and they're really simple, easy questions that have been answered a million times in the past. And here's a really good website that you can type in to find almost the answer to anything in the world. If you're on the internet posting questions on a Facebook page, you have the internet. If you have the internet, you have Google, and you also have YouTube, which is another excellent resource. I will point out that I've learned almost everything I know from YouTube or from blogs, and I just think it's a bit lazy, or it doesn't display a lot of initiative if you're just posting really simple questions all the time on Facebook pages that you can get answered yourself literally within 5 seconds of typing it into Google. So I encourage you to do that, and you'll learn a lot faster, and you won't be waiting around refreshing a Facebook page trying to find an answer to a question you typed in maybe half an hour ago. Most of, if not all, the information that you're looking for, all of these and all the other questions you might have in your head, you're just wasting time if you're going to type it into a Facebook page and hang around for an answer. You need to take the initiative on your own. And this applies to almost every aspect of internet marketing. You have to learn yourself. Use Google, use YouTube. There are literally thousands of videos on YouTube about every aspect of Facebook ads, how to set them up, how to scale them. I mean, I'm not even sure why I'm making this video on how to set up Facebook ads when there's already 100 or more of them online, but I'm going to do it anyway as people have been asking. But there are so many videos about Shopify and scaling ads, how to make ads. New ones get added every day, so you can just look them up, watch them. Always be learning, okay? Always try and learn. I've been doing internet marketing for years, and I still watch YouTubes all the time on new potential aspects of how to make money, how to improve in areas that I already make money in. You know, part of internet marketing is learning. If you're not learning, then you're just gonna stand still and not progress. So I encourage you to do that, and I've learned almost everything this way. So if you want to start doing prints on demand, and if you want to start using Shine On, you're going to have to, before you get into ads, you need to set up your social media. You need a platform or a container if you want to run ads off of. So it's not a good idea to use your own Facebook account to run ads from, because you're potentially then opening that account up to millions of people around the world that you will then run those ads to. So what you do is create a Facebook page, and these are a few of the things that you'll need. If I just find a typical Facebook page, I mean, actually, for an example, let's use Shine On. So this here is the header image. That's what it's known as. Okay, and you will need 820 by 312 pixels, which is this image here. you can see they've they've not quite got that in. But and then also a note worth mentioning is when people view the Facebook page, which they will on mobile, the bit of the image they're going to see is 640 by 360 pixels. So it's this bit in the middle here. And if I go to Google and I type in correct size image for Facebook header, you get this neat little thing here. You see here, I was like, oh, I wonder how big I have to make the Facebook header page. One little trip to Google and bang, here we are. So this is what I'm on about. This here is the full size 812, am I right? Hold on, excuse me. 820 by 312 pixels. But this bit here in the middle, this is what people who view your page on the mobile will see. So if you write text all along here, like from here to here, when a person sees that on mobile, they're only going to see this bit in the middle. So just be mindful of that when you're making an image. Right, next, add a profile image if you want, which if I just go to this example page here, this will be your profile image. You don't have to add one, but one thing to bear in mind is that if you do not, when you reply to posts, which you're going to be doing a lot of at some point, you won't have anything there. So like that's my profile picture of this Facebook account, okay, here. So you can put a picture in here and that will display every time you post, and it'll also display at the top of the page just under the header image as well. That one can be, well, it has to be basically a square, but if you make it 300 by 300 or 400 by 400 or whatever, you can adjust that when you add it in. After that, you're going to want to add the bio, or what is, I think they call it about, yeah. So you can put some information in here about your page and what you're going to have on it. You know, you're going to have handmade jewellery, handmade in the USA, just add some info. All of this is just, it's populating your page, because as it says here, the worst thing you can do is have an empty Facebook page. You're going to be using this page, not this one here, but the one that you make, as a container to run ads off of. So what people will do, because people are inquisitive and they're nosy, they're gonna look at your ad, and a lot of them are gonna click through to your social media, to your Facebook page or your Instagram account, which I'm going to get into in a minute. But if they then come to this page and it's empty, there's no info on it, there's not a link to a website, there's no pictures, it will just look bad. You know, it looks like you haven't got an online presence. So what I'm encouraging you to do here is add this info in, so your page looks like you care, right? It looks like you're making an effort. Add your about. I've put bio here, but what I mean is put some info here in the about box. Add your email address so people can get in touch, and then you can add a URL as well. Add a link, which this place has not added a link. Maybe they don't have one, and that's okay. But I encourage you to add one. If you don't have a Shopify store, if you're just running platform, you can link to your current bestseller or a new product you're trying to push, or just anything, but add that in there. You know, it's really easy to do. And then populate the page, right? Add some images of your products, and then underneath the images you can put a link to them, so people will possibly see your ad. They might not like that image, but they'll click through to your Facebook page, and then if you've put other options for them on your page, they might scroll down and go, oh, I didn't like that first image on their ad, but I do like this other one, and there's a link here to buy it. So add those in, man. Add those in, populate the page. If you're just starting out and you don't have many images, then that's okay. Just add in some lifestyle images of happy people outside, people wearing jewellery, anything like that. Anything to make your page not look empty, right? Because, and I'll repeat this again, The worst thing you can do is have an empty looking Facebook page. As well as your Facebook page, you're going to want to make an Instagram account. Why are we doing this, right? Like you might be asking that. And when you run ads, you run them from Facebook and from Instagram. You don't have to, but it's recommended. So just like you made a Facebook page, you also want to make an Instagram account. How do I open an Instagram account? What do? We go to Google. How do I open an Instagram account? And here's all the information that you need right there on Google. Okay. So open that Instagram account if you haven't already. If you've already done this, just skip through to the next part. But for people who are starting out, that's who I'm making these videos for, I'm including the information here. It's not as complicated on Instagram as it is making a Facebook page, but add a profile image. I would advise using the one that you used here so they match, and you start to build a little presence online. Add some information in your profile. If you have a store, you can link that out of there, or you can link to a good product of yours if you like. And then again, populate with some nice images. Instagram's more image orientated, right? That's what it is. So add in some images, make your page not look empty. Add in images of your products, lifestyle pictures like I mentioned before here, happy people wearing jewellery, and then product images. You need to make the page look a bit lived in. And again, the worst thing you can do is have an empty looking Instagram page. So let's move into setting up the Facebook Business Manager. This can be slightly confusing at first, but I'm going to walk you through it. So if you have a Facebook account, you have a business manager, which you get to at business.facebook.com. And then you're going to want to come into your business settings here. And there's a few steps you need to go through before you can start to run ads. So you need to add some things into the business account, which are basically assets. And you'll see on this page I've blurred out some stuff. That's just because I don't want people to know my pages and account names and all the rest of it. But yours will look like this. And the first thing you're going to want to add is people or a person. And in this case, yours here will be empty because there's no one added yet. And you're just going to want to add yourself into here. And you enter in the email address of your Facebook account. Then you want admin access. So set that to blue. Add in your email, click next, and it'll add you in. I'm not going to work through that, but you need to add yourself in so it knows that you're added to this account. After people, you're going to want to make an ad account. And again, I've already got some in here. I've already added some and they're already blurred out. But you will just go here, add an ad account, and you'll make a new account. You might have to add in a card or PayPal account here. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's been a while since I did a new one. But either way, when you add an ad account, at some point you're going to have to add your billing information, either as a credit card number or a PayPal account, so they can charge you. If that's not in place, they won't let you run any ads. Okay. Back to Business Manager, and then the Facebook and Instagram pages and account that we just fixed up before, you need to add those in. So Instagram account, add, and then you walk through the steps here of connecting the Instagram account you just made. I recommend adding that one first, and then you need to add the Facebook page that you just made. So we come here to pages. All mine are blurred out here, I'm afraid, but again, just add a page, and then type in the page name or the link of your Facebook page, walk through the steps, and then add it. On each page, you're going to have to go here, add people, and you'll need to add your ID or your name in here so you have access to use this page and to make ads within the ad account within this business manager. After you set up your Facebook page, we need to add a pixel, and I talked about this a bit in the last video, so this is why I'm going into more detail here. And scroll down, go to the data sources, click this little arrow, go to pixels. Again, I've already got a load fixed up, but you need to create a pixel to be able to track your ads. Go add, and you can create a pixel here. So I would call this the name of your Facebook page. You know, if your Facebook page is called I'm Happy, you call it I'm Happy. You can literally call it anything, right? It doesn't matter. You don't have to enter this in here because you are using Shine on platform, so you can leave this blank, continue, fix that pixel up, and then when that pixel appears in here, click that pixel, and again, add people and add in yourself as a person who has access. You need to connect yourself to the pixel and to your Facebook page and to your ad account, and then all that links up here to you being a user. I forgot to mention this. When you create your pixel, you're going to get a number, which I strongly recommend you put into a text file, as you're going to be using it a lot. So let's go back down to pixels. This is one I fixed up here, and the pixel number or ID is here. And if you just hover over it, click, and that will copy to clipboard, and I would paste that in a text file so you have easy access of it. And we're going to move on to creating a Facebook ad. Time to get busy. So what you will need before anything, as already discussed a little bit before, you need to make sure these steps are sorted out in your business manager. So you need to add yourself in people here. Again, some bits are going to be blurred out, my apologies, but it is what it is. And you're going to have to add yourself as well, as already discussed, to your Facebook page, ad account, and pixel. So this is done. You can do add assets here and add that way, or you can come through to pages and you go down and you find a page and you go add people here. Same with ad accounts, add people. Instagram account should already be in because we've already added it. And then pixel, obviously, make sure that you add yourself to the pixel. So you need to be added to all these places before you can start ads, and also, and arguably most importantly, you need to activate your billing and add a payment method. If you haven't got around to this yet, it's not that important, because when you go to create an ad, which we'll cover later, Facebook won't actually let you upload it until you put in your billing information. So that will happen anyway. Next, we're going to need an image for your product from Shine On, and those are easy to get by, we go to all products, pick the product that we want, and then come down to whichever image you would like to use. Say I'm going to use this one here, and we download the PNG. Wait till that downloads here, and here it is. We're going to open that in Photoshop. There it is. And I've put here edit if necessary. So you can see here, I mean, I'm in Adobe, but again, you don't have to use that. You can easily edit it online in an image editor. I would probably just change the curves a little bit, make it a little bit darker, and then apply a sharpen filter. So that makes it look like that. And then I would export that image. Like that. So I have the image, and then you're going to need your link to the product page as well, which we also get from Shine On, which is this link here. That this will apply to whichever product they call it. The URL handle, it's pretty much a link to your product. So you click here to copy that to the clipboard, and then I would paste it in a text file, so I always have it to hand. After that, I want to talk you through the setup of your ads manager, and you need to set your columns right. So when we come into ads manager here, the columns are what's along the top here, and you can scroll with this bar, and this is your data, and this is where you analyze your data, which is all important in Facebook ads always. So we're going to go to the columns menu and choose customize here and go customize. And that'll open up this menu here, and these columns here are what goes left to right along the top here, if you can just see underneath. And I'm going to talk you through how I do mine, but yours don't have to be exactly the same. It's up to you to edit and change them as you like. And I'm going to drop an image over the top of the video here, so you can pause it or take a screenshot of it or whatever and look what they are. To remove any of these, all you do is hit the cross here, that will get rid of them. And then to add them, so we're going to add name, let's put that in. You can add set name, and then that will add it in at the bottom, and you just drag it up and down to move it to change the order. It's all quite easy. And what I'm going to do is quickly whiz through, edit all of these in this newish ads account here, and I'm going to speed it up so you don't have to watch me do it in real time because it's pretty boring. Okay, so now we're back. We have the columns in the order that I like mine anyway. You can obviously change yours how you see fit, but you do need to be able to read the data. That's all important, so you can get a judge on ads and see which ones are performing, see which ones aren't, etc. Once you have this fixed up how you would like it, save as template, and then choose set as default. So come down here, do save, and put that in, and then once that's in, come down and do set as default. So your columns will always look like this until you change them if you would like to. Next, I'm just going to talk quickly about the one-time philosophy that I like to apply, especially when I'm making ads. Let's get rid of this. And it is, if you have to do anything more than once, you're wasting your time. You'll be creating a lot of ads for testing. You'll be making them every day or every other day or whatever, switching them out, changing them in, changing the demographics, doing all sorts. So if you start a new ad every time and create a new ad every time, you're just wasting your time. Okay, I'll just point out quick that within an ad you get a campaign, and then inside that ad you get an ad set, and inside that ad set you get an ad. this is the ad here. So if every time you make a new ad for a new product, you're making a new campaign and a new ad set and a new ad, it will just add up to hours of extra work. So always duplicate and edit the new duplicate ad rather than making a new one every time. It will save you so much time in the long run, and also it will make it easy to quickly set up new ads and products to test. And we're finally into the actual creation of the ad. If you've got this far in the YouTube, then well done. I know there's a lot of information to go through beforehand. If you just skip to this bit, then okay. But here we go. So I've already made just one little test ad in this account. We can ignore that for now. Anybody new, this is probably what you want to know. So we have everything that we talked about before here. We've fixed up the business manager. We have an image. We have a link to our product. And we're pretty much ready to go to make an ad. So hit this create button here and do conversions and then name your ad. So okay, this is called the Dear Wife, so let's work on that and we'll just call it Dear Wife, and then ad set can be called anything right now because we don't know the demographics. I'm going to get into that in a sec. So this makes our new campaign, and if you haven't wrapped your head around it yet, the structure of any campaign on Facebook is the campaign, which is a container for the ad set or multiple ad sets, and within the ad set or ad sets are an ad or multiple ads. The easiest structure is the one like I have here: one campaign, one ad set, one ad. And on the campaign level, which is here, you can pick if you want it to be a CBO campaign or campaign budget optimization. You will turn this on and set the budget here. If you want ABO, which is actual budget optimization, then just leave that off. In the ad set is where you do the demographics such as age, interests and more. So what we need to do here is firstly make sure your conversion event is picked as purchase, and now the red dot just indicates we haven't got any purchases yet on this thing. This here, the knee clinic, is an old account from ages ago that I don't use anymore, so I'm just using that for the purpose of this video. Scroll down a bit more and we get the budget, which is how much you want to spend. So right now it's set to £20 a day, English pounds. I'm in England if you haven't worked that out already. And then you also pick the start date. What I like to do is always make ads the day before they launch. So today is November 12th. So in this case, I would pick the next morning, the next day. And then I would put in the time. There's one school of thought which sets to start them just after midnight the next morning. I am reading a lot at the moment about people actually changing that to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. It's up to you which one you use. And here is where you pick the other demographics, such as the country or countries you want to market to, and you just type them in here. So United States, if we do top 4 for this pretend ad. Australia, top 4 English speaking countries that have credit cards, and then edit age. So for this necklace, I would probably just go 25 to 65 plus, and men, because it's to their wives, and then always turn this off here. The detailed targeting expansion, turn that off. Here is where you would put your interests. So you can leave this open just to target everyone, or you can put certain interests in. Oh, there we go, which takes a minute. So you could put married as one ad set, and you see here that you're marketing up here to potential 32 million people, which is a lot. Leave this on automatic. Leave this all as it is here, and then now we go into the ad, which is the meat and tea veg, if you like. Just change this to that so we get the Instagram account in. Yeah, pick your Facebook page and Instagram account here. They should match to the ones that you had, the ones that you made earlier. And then scroll down, and we're gonna just get the ad that I made earlier in the video, which is this one here, dark-closeupfix.jpg, and go add media, add image. Or if you had a video, you would add the video, but I'm going to go upload. And choose our image. Make sure it has the blue line around it and click next. Next and click done. And that will add the image into the ad. You get a nice mock-up here of what it'll look like. Next we need our link to the product page, which we have in this text file from earlier. So copy that, and we come down to here, the website URL, and we paste in that link. So now this link is linked to this image. I would change the call to action, which is at the minute learn more. Change that to shop now. That now changes in here, as you can see. And then now we want to put in our text. So primary text is text that appears here above the image. Headline, you can leave this as is if you like. I always like to change it to something like that. And then you'll see that updates now. And the description replaces the text here. I'm just putting some random text in here. And then at the top, put in the link again. You can add emojis in if you like. It's up to you. But that is essentially how to make an ad. We've put in the ad, we've picked, okay, so what I would then do once I'd decided the demographics, top 4, 25 to 65. So now we know what this ad set is, and also we added in interest as a, we also added in married as an interest. So it will help to be able to identify which is which. We've set budget to 20, probably want to change that to 10. There we go, like that. And that's our ad pretty much fixed up. So the ad is now identified, and now we have a campaign up and ready to go. It's not that hard, you just have to make sure the right things are in place. So now we're happy with that. We can get rid of this, and this is our campaign in draft. And the minute we click here, review and publish, it'll upload, it will be reviewed, and if everything's okay, the ad will launch and it will begin to spend your money. That's the main outline of how to create a campaign. What I meant in this slide here, the one-time philosophy, is now you have that uploaded, it's really easy to just make other campaigns and other ad sets all linked into this ad. So as an example, let's go back to Shine On, because I did 2 of these necklaces. So go back to products. The one I just made an ad for is this one here. I believe this one is probably the same. if I'm right. It is. Okay, that's all right. I'm just going to quickly add a new product and then I'll get back to you. Okay, we're back, and I've just quickly created a really quick necklace. It's not even got much of a description in it or anything, but that's not the point. This is the next necklace, and notice it's in the same niche as the last necklace was. It's to my wife. Okay, so it'll be from men or whatever, right? So I have the image here, there, and if we go back to Ads Manager now, so what we're going to do is, instead of clicking create like we did the first time, we're just going to duplicate the first ad that we made, the first campaign that we made, and just change the ad. Everything else will be almost identical. So click the duplicate button, number of copies 1, and this one is a birthday card. So I'll change the title of the campaign. The ad set rules are going to match to the last ad that we made. Everything is identical. We can just pretty much leave this and just quickly go through to the ad and maybe change the ad name if you want to keep on top of that. Scroll down, edit media, and go change image, and then we're going to upload the image I just downloaded from Shine On. Now that's uploaded, click next, and then the done, and you'll see it replace the image for the new necklace. Now next, let's not forget the link to the new product, which we can copy from here and scroll down to the website URL and replace that with the new one, and then we can change the text a bit, and then obviously replace the link here. There we go. And now we have a new campaign with a new ad, and we didn't have to create it from the beginning. I'm hoping you understand this whole principle that I'm trying to get across here. I think it's really important when you're making ads all the time, which as an internet marketer you will be doing. If you're creating whole new campaigns all the time, it's a waste of your time. I implore you to not waste your time, because time equals money, right? So here's your new ad. You can, change this around a bit if you want, add in a new description or do different offers, try. Will that fit? No, it won't. Okay, that's alright. So just try again. There you go. And just it makes it a whole load easier and quicker, rather than, especially here when you do things on a ad set level, having to add this information in every time, add in your countries and age and this, that and the other. If your new product is in the same niche as the one before, then most of the demographics in here should match. So now we have 2 campaigns are ready to go. On this level. Now we have 2 campaigns that were really quite quick to upload. Next I'm going to cover ad set duplication. So if we go through to the Dear Wife campaign, and this is ad sets, which one is which? Hold on, we just put in an identifier. Okay. Right, so if we go through to ad set level, this is the ad set for the Dear Wife campaign. And let's say we wanted to try some other interests, okay? So in this ad set, our interest is married. that we have in here. If we wanted to quickly make some other ad sets and test those as well, exactly like duplicating the campaigns, just come through, make sure the ad set you want to duplicate has got a little blue tick, and then click the duplicate button. And number of copies, say you wanted to try another 3 interests out, put in the number 3, click duplicate, making sure original campaign was chosen here, and then you can see here they are now. So here's the top level campaign, here's the original ad set with an ad in it, and we've got 1, 2, 3 copies of that ad set. So to change the demographics, I would remove copied and change the name to something else to identify it. So let's go in here, edit the targeting, and say we were going to pick that as an interest. I wouldn't, I'm just making an example. So say we were going to change this interest to family. I'll come back up here, write that in so I knew what was what. And then that is changed. And then again on this copy here, we're on the ad set level, we come down, we find the targeting, let's go newlywed. We delete the original target, and now that one is newlywed. Like that. And you can see over here they're being changed, and then we're going to take the last duplicate and change the targeting on that. And again, you haven't even had to change the ad or anything, right? Because all these ad sets are going to point to the original ad. So let's try this one, engaged shoppers, delete married, go to the top, put in your identifier, and that's it. So you don't even need to mess with the ads at all. All we've done is taken the original ad set, copied it 3 times, and changed the targeting on each new ad set. Everything else remains the same, and we've stuck to this principle here of not creating a load of new ones by hand. We've just taken the original, we've made copies of it, and we're good to go. That's kind of the basics, really. If you want to make new ads now for new products, all you have to do is copy the original campaign, change the ad. If you're working on a new niche, obviously these two are both for my wife, right? So the targeting, particularly when it comes to male, may differ if you're doing other ads, if you're going to do necklaces or something else to target females or mother-daughters or sisters. If you're going to do different niches, then you will have to adjust the targeting. However, once you've adjusted it to make one new one, you can take that campaign and just duplicate it for any more new mother-daughter necklaces or sister necklaces or whatever. I'm just trying to put across that not the minimum amount of work possible you should be doing, but the minimum amount of effort when it comes to repetitive tasks. I think that's what I'm trying to get across. Anything like that, anything that you have to do over and over again, you need to make so you don't spend much time on it at all, or you spend as little time on it as possible. So that's how to create your basic campaigns in Facebook ads. Once you're happy with the campaigns, you have your links up, your images up and everything else, your targeting in place, all you do is come across here and click review and publish to upload your ads. And that's it.